So now, Jaya has specifically requested a special class on the Gopee Geeta. So we begin by reciting the 12-syllable mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I will need harmonium and drum because we're going to do a little chanting. Is that key good for you? Okay. Thank you. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. And you can play as loud as you like. Beat that drum. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Shyama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan. Kalindi Jamuna Jaya, Jaya Mahavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya. Sri Rasa Mandala Jaya, Jaya Radha Shyam. Jaya Radha Shyam. Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram. Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Try to follow what I'm singing. It's a good idea to follow the leader. Jaya Jayojwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sa. Jaya Ojwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sa. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajete Prachar. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajete Prachar. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Sri Govinda Gopinath, Madana Mohan, Sri Govinda Gopinath, Madana Mohan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Navam, Sri Govinda Gopinath, Madana Mohan. Jaya Radhe, everybody. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. All glories to Radha and Krishna. All glories to the divine forest of Vrindavan. All glories to the three presiding deities of Vrindavan, Sri Govinda, Gopinath, and Madan Mohan. Now, Prabhupada writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita that these three different names of Krishna signify the three different stages of spiritual advancement. So first, we worship Krishna as, everybody say, Madana Mohan, which means the attractor of Cupid. This is the stage known as Sambandha, re-establishing our forgotten, original, eternal relationship with Krishna. We all have that. So, first step is to get out of Maya. Maya represented as Cupid, the attracting feature of this material world. So we need something more attractive than Maya. And therefore we need Madana Mohan. That person who can defeat Cupid, that is Krishna. So first step, get out of Maya. And the only way to get out of Maya is to become attracted to Krishna. Therefore, you have to constantly hear about Sambandha, your eternal relationship of service with Krishna. Then, once you get out of Maya, you get initiated. Now you're on platform number 2, technically known as Abhideha. Everybody say. Practical application of devotional service. Because to get out of Maya, you have to be convinced Krishna is God, and therefore I must what? Here on? Surrender. To who? Krishna, yes. We must surrender to Krishna, and the way you surrender to Krishna is Bhakti Yoga, the linking process of serving Krishna. How many ways? 9. Oh, very good. Shravana Kirtana, Smarana Vandana, Pada Sevana, Dasyare, Pujana Saki Jana, Atmanivedana, Govinda Dasa Abhilashare, or you could say Nirantara Dasa Abhilashare, or you could put your own name. No harm. Aren't you aspiring to engage in the 9 processes? Yes. So that's called Abhideya. And on that platform, you worship Govinda. Everybody say. Then when you reach spiritual perfection, you come to the Raganuga platform of spontaneous attraction. So right now, I don't know about you. I'm not on the spontaneous platform. I have spontaneous for preaching. I have spontaneity for gulab jamun. But can I say I'm spontaneously attracted to Krishna? I'm getting there. But once I get to that stage of full attraction, then we achieve, everybody say, prayojana. The fruit, which is what? What is the fruit of all of this? What are we aspiring for ultimately? What's the whole point of surrender? Love of Krishna. Yes, excellent. As Lord Chaitanya said, Prema Pumarto Mahan, which is beyond moksha. In Hinduism, in the Vedic philosophy, Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha. Moksha is considered the ultimate goal. But Lord Chaitanya says, Nay Baba, beyond moksha, there's the fifth platform. Prema, love of Krishna. That's why we chant. That's why we do programs. That's why we do 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9 kinds of devotional. Do you know an example of somebody who did all 9 processes in the 9th canto of Bhagavatam? Nobody knows except me. Ambarish, very good. Yes, Ambarish is given as the example of doing all 9. Okay. All glories to Shyamakund and Radhakund. Who's been to Shyamakund and Radhakund? Yes. And Govardhan Hill. Who has been to Govardhan Hill? And the Yamuna River. What's another name for the Yamuna? Kalindi. Didn't she marry Krishna? She was one of the 8 principal queens. And who made the arrangement? Who did the introduction for them? No. Arjuna. Krishna told Arjuna, go talk to that girl. And she said, oh, I've been waiting for this day. My father has arranged a nice place for me. And I've been waiting for this day because I want Krishna as my husband. Very nice. All glories to the great forest known as Mahavan, where Krishna and Balaram displayed all of their childhood pastimes. So, my favorite, youth. What specific pastime do we meditate all this month? What pastime? Damodar. Yes, Damodar. Very good. All glories to the place where the rasa dance of Krishna was performed. So that's tonight's topic. All glories to Radha and Shyam. All glories to the divine rasa dance, which is the most beautiful of all of Lord Krishna's pastimes. That's what we sang. The author of, I only did a few verses of that song, but that's what he said. This rasa dance is the shiromani, crown jewel of all of Krishna's pastimes. How many pastimes does Krishna have? Unlimited, yes? What name of Krishna means unlimited? Everybody? Very good. Audience participation is good. You get dings. So yes, so Krishna has unlimited pastimes. The childhood pastimes are very special. And of all the pastimes of Krishna, next question. What were the 3 dhams that Krishna performed his Leela. Gokul? Okay, they're in the same. Mathura and Dwarka. Those are the three. Gokul, Vrindavan, it's included. So yes, it begins with Mathura Leela, then quickly goes to Braj Leela. Then at some point, Krishna becomes entangled and only marries 16,108 wives. That's all. Drop in the bucket. But that takes place in Dwaraka. All glories to the mellow of conjugal love, which is the most excellent of all the rasas and is propagated in Braja by Sri Krishna in the form of the divine Parakiya Bhav, Paramore love. So yes, there are 5 basic rasas. Can you name one? Dasya, what does that mean? Servant. Any others? There's 4 more. What's that? Sakya. What's that? Friendship. What? Vatsalya, what's that? Parental. And what's that? Madhurya, which is what we're going to talk about. And it's in 2 categories. Swakiya, Parakiya. Swakiya is in Dwaraka. Krishna is married to all the queens properly. If you read in the Bhagavatam, every queen was properly married. And there was a big marriage of 16,100 at the same time. The other 8, that was different. But the 16,100, all at one time. So that's Swakiya. But in Vrindavan, with the gopis, Padakiya. Boyfriend, girlfriend. Very, very risque. All right. Are we ready for the Gopi Geeta? All in favor say Hari Bol. All right. Gopya Uchu. Jayati Dedikang. If you know, sing with me. Janmana Vraja Srayata Indira Shashbad Atrahi Dayata Drishyatang Dikshutavakas Twaidrita Savas Twang Vichinvate. Is that all right? Am I doing okay? You like? Do I have approval? Thumbs up? All right, good. If I ask her, I don't know what she will say. Oh, okay. Good. So we must now understand the context. So let's go back 5,000 years. You know, you've seen the movies, they go back in time, right? So, what night was the Rasa dance performed? Yes, Sharad Purnima. Yes, the full moon night. And Krishna played his flute, and the gopis all ran. They dropped anything they were doing, and they ran. And then when they arrived to see Krishna, Krishna said, "What are you doing here?" Teasing them. And they couldn't believe it. And they said, "We've come. You've called us with your flute. What is this nonsense? You're supposed to, you called. It's like we all came here today. What if they said, what are you guys doing here? You invited us." So that's how the gopis felt. And there was some discussion. Krishna was telling them, you should go back home. But the gopis defeated Krishna. And they said, "No, we're not budging. You're supposed to give us shelter. We have come." So Krishna said, okay. The Rasa dance started. And For every gopi, there was Krishna. And who was in the middle? Radha and Krishna. They were, and it is pointed out by Lord Chaitanya, without Radha and Krishna, there's no rasa dance. That is the binding link, Radha and Krishna, in the center. And the gopis are dancing with Krishna, and they are thinking, we are so fortunate. We are engaging in this rasa dance with Krishna. We are the most fortunate. And Krishna said, the gopis have become a little proud. I don't like that in my devotees. So Krishna disappeared. In the midst of the dance, you can imagine if all of a sudden I disappeared from the program. You would, what's going on? She would have to take over. You could do good. Now, when Krishna disappeared with the gopis, somebody led him into the deep forest. Who was that? Who led Krishna? Srimati Radharani. And that's where that name comes from. Anyaradita. Shukadeva Goswami in Bhagavatam never utters Radha's name. But that word is there, Anyaradita. All the gopis said, Krishna left us, but he went with this other gopi. She must have worshipped Krishna better than us. Therefore, the name Radha, everybody say, means the one who worships Krishna better than anyone. No applications being accepted. The post is filled. And then Radha started to get a little proud because Krishna was picking flowers for Radha, and he made a crown for her. Krishna was doing everything for Radha. And Radha said, I'm too tired now. I can't go anymore. Krishna, if you want me to go, you'll have to carry me. Krishna said, okay, just get on my shoulder. And as soon as Radharani attempted, Krishna disappeared. And then Radha realized, Krishna is teaching me a lesson. Now, while that was going on, the gopis were searching through Vrindavan forest, and they were questioning the trees. They were questioning they even questioned Tulsi in the Tulsi plant. And they were questioning the animals. Where have you seen Krishna? And they remembered all the childhood, because at this time, Krishna was 8 years old. So many childhood pastimes had already been performed. So the gopis were remembering them in ecstasy. They started to act it out. They acted out the Putana. They acted out Govardhan. One gopi acted as if she was Krishna. So they were play acting. Then they met up with Radharani, and they saw, Krishna has left her as well. So then they went searching, and it got darker and darker. It became pitch black. So they stopped. Then they went to the river. Which river? Yamuna. How come he knows? Nobody else knows? It's not the Mississippi, I can tell you that. Yes, Yamuna. Exactly. They sat down and they had a Namahat program. They laid out their shawls on the sand on the bank of the Yamuna, and they sang this song. And this chapter is considered now, in Bhagavatam, there are how many cantos? 12 cantos. Now comes the question, how many chapters? 335. Close enough. I gave you one ding. 335. So of all those cantos and all those chapters, this chapter that Jai has requested is considered the chapter out of all. So we are very fortunate that she has requested. So let's give her a big hand. For her inaugural program, she picked this. When she called me and told me some weeks ago that this is what she wanted to do, I was, oh, hallelujah. Very nice. Okay, so we chanted that there's 19 shlokas, short chapter, very short. The Gopee said, okay, everybody say, Daita. So this is one name they address Krishna. O beloved, your birth in this land of Vraja has made it exceedingly glorious, and thus Indira, the goddess of fortune, always resides here. It is only for your sake that we, your devoted servants, maintain our lives. We have been searching everywhere for you, so please show yourself to us. So Krishna, now, it's not stated here, but the fact is that when the gopis were singing on the bank of the Yamuna, Krishna could see everything, but he kept himself invisible because he just wanted to see. The whole scheme was Krishna wanted to see how they would react by his disappearing. Because normally in America, if a girl gets stood up, then that guy's finished. He can call and call and call. She's not going to answer the phone if the guy, leaves in the middle of the date. No. So Krishna was thinking, how will they react when I disappear from that? Yes? Oh, you read that she fell? Okay, but sometimes we be careful. She attempted to get. Well, yeah, might this perhaps. Yeah, anyway, your point is well-meaning. We'll give you 2 dings. Good. All right. So, what this song is all about is the topmost spiritual ecstasy, known as Vipralamba, intense, loving separation. And according to Lord Chaitanya, this feeling of separation from Krishna is higher than actual union. Now, materially, that makes no sense. Because if you're away from your beloved, it's painful. Painful. But they're away from Krishna. Krishna has disappeared, and it's a higher spiritual ecstasy. This proves that this is transcendental, not mundane. So this feeling of separation, Lord Chaitanya says, this is the highest. Same as Ram and Sita, when they were separated, they also experienced this Vipralamba. Sharad Udashaye Sadhu Jata Sat Sarasi Jodhara Sri Mushadrisha Suratanapate Shulkadasika. Very good. Varadanignato Neha King Vadha. Good. I like that you're singing with me. Good. So, another name for Krishna, everybody say, Surata Natha. O Lord of love. That's my God, the Lord of love. Other religions, God is very vengeful and angry and all-powerful. Nala. No, our God, the God of love. That's what I am attracted to. In beauty, your glance excels the whirl of the finest, most perfectly formed lotus within the autumn pond. Another name of Krishna coming up. Let's do it. Varada. O bestower of benedictions. That's Krishna. That's also in Damodarashtakam prayer. Varangte, like that. Giver of benedictions. But you are killing us, your maidservants, who have given themselves to you freely without any price. So yes, the gopis are not wives of Krishna. They consider themselves maidservants. Not even girlfriends. Maidservants. Just see how humble these gopis are. And they say, we have given ourselves to you, not asking any price, no salary. So they say, you're killing us. This is murder. Visha jalapyayad vyala rakshasad varshamarutad vaidyutanalat vrshamayat majad vishvato vayad rishabate vayang rakshita muhu. So I emphasize in all of these prayers the different names, because Sankirtan, the names of Krishna. Everybody say Rishabha, O greatest of personalities. Good. You have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger, from poisoned water, from the terrible man-eater, Agha, from the great rains, who sent the great rains, Indra, from the whirlwind demon, who was that? Trinavarta, from the fiery thunderbolt of Indra, from the bull demon, Arishta, and from the son of Maya Danava. I think that's Vyoma Asura. Nakulu Gopika Nandano Bhavan Akila Dehinam Antar Atmadrik Vikanasartato Vishvaguptaye Saka Ude Iban Satvatangule. So now they address Krishna as Sakhe, O friend. You are not actually the son of the Gopi Yashoda, but rather the indwelling witness in the hearts of all embodied souls. This is interesting, because the gopis seem to know that Krishna is Paramatma. Isn't that what they're saying? That's how I read it. The indwelling witness. That can only be who? Paramatma. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe, you have now appeared in the Satvata dynasty. That takes us back from the beginning, the opening scene of 10th canto. Who's crying in the beginning of 10th canto? Somebody's crying. Mother Earth, Bhumi. Yes. And what form does she take? Cow. And who does she go to see? Lord Brahma. But Lord Brahma says, oh no, This is above my head. We have to go higher. So where do they go? Shweta-dweep. Actually, not Shweta-dweep, the ocean of milk. Because Shweta-dweep, they cannot go. And Lord Brahma, they offer prayers. Purusha Sukta. South Indian people, they are very familiar with. Do you chant that every day? She does? No? Are you supposed to? Purusha Sukta. But after praying, there's no response. So then Brahma sits down in meditation and he gets his text message from Krishna. I'm coming. I'm coming. I am going to take care of all these infidels. I'm going to take care of all these insurrectionists. I'm going to take care of all these demons. And you demigods, you are my servants, my assistants. Take birth where? Say louder. Oh, this boy is too good. One day you will be speaking here. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. I am blessing you. I'm giving you a benediction. Good boy. Yes. So they take birth in the Yadu dynasty. They expand themselves. Oh, if I could only do that. You wish you could do that. Expand yourself. One could be doing the laundry right now, and one could be doing the shopping, and you can be just... But we're not demigods. Because Lord Brahma prayed for you to come and protect the universe, you have now appeared in the Satvata dynasty. Virachatabayang Vrishni Duryate Charanang Iyushang Sangsriter Bayat Karasororuhang Kantakamadang Shirasidehina Srikara Graham. Another name, everybody say, Vrishni Durya. O best of the Vrishnis, your lotus-like hand, which holds the hand of the goddess of fortune, grants fearlessness to those who approach your feet out of fear of material existence. So, and this is mentioned by other devotees. Yes, it is proper to have a fear of material existence. Okay, something's wrong here. It's not the electricity. The electricity died. Because this is going to die out. This whole thing's going to die out. Try, see what happens. Okay, that's good. Best man for the... No, we're good. Best man for the job is Varuni. Good. Jai. All right. So, it is okay to have fear of material existence, but one should calm that fear, as was mentioned here, taking shelter of Krishna's feet. That's why that song, Bajahure Mana Srinanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. You become fearless by taking shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Vedavit Maharaj. If I was going to study Bhagavatam, which cantos represent Krishna's lotus feet? First two cantos. Yes. And the 10th canto is what? Krishna's smiling face. Yes, smiling face. And next name, everybody say Kanta. Oh lover, please place that wish-fulfilling lotus hand on our heads. They want Krishna's Ashirvad. Who wants Krishna's Ashirvad? Good. You've come to the right house. Vraja Janartihan Vira Yoshitang Nijjana Smaya Dvangsana Smita Bhaja Saki Bhavat Kinkari Smano Jalaruhananang Charudarshaya. Everybody say, Vraja Janarti Han. O you who destroyed the suffering of Vraja's people. How did Krishna prove that in a previous pastime that we observed a few days ago? Yes. What did he do to destroy the suffering of Vraja's people? He lifted Govardhan Hill with what hand? Left hand. With what? Pinky. Pinky's not here. She's in India. Yes. And held it for how many days? And 7. Why did you leave? I need you. You're my student. Come on, man. Here, sit up at the front. Yes, all the kids can sit up front. Kids don't have to stay in the back. These are good kids. They're not mischievous. Yes, sit. Yes. Then another name. Everybody say, Vira Yoshitang. O hero of all women. That is Krishna. Your smile shatters the false pride of your devotees. Please, dear friend, accept us as your maidservants and show us your beautiful lotus face. Krishna's different parts of his body is compared to the lotus. His face. What else? What else? Hands. What else? Feet. Yes. And also, there's that prayer by Kunti that she says, your navel, your eyes. I can't think of the verse by Kunti. Anyway. Pranata Dehinang Papakarshanang Trinacharanugam Sri Niketanang Fani Fanarpitang Te Padambujang Krinukuche Shuna Krindhi Rich Chayam. Your lotus feet destroy the past sins of all embodied souls who surrender to them. Same thing Krishna says. Masucha, if you surrender to me, what? Ahang twang sarva papebhyo. I will burn up, I will tear up your karmic bank account. I will tear up. No more debts. Free. Your feet follow after the cows in the pastures and are the eternal abode of the goddess of fortune. Since you once put those feet on the hoods of the great serpent Kaliya, please place them on us and tear away the lust in our hearts. So, this incident of the Kaliya snake, the Nagapatnis were the ones who actually delivered their husband because Krishna was punishing him. How was he punishing him? Dancing on the heads. Excellent. Very good. And he was dying. So his wives, the Nagapatnis, came and they pleaded with Krishna, we need our husband. We know he's a rascal. Still, we need him. That's what my wife says. That's what she tells Krishna. I know he's a rascal, but I kind of need him. So they mentioned that, Krishna, our husband is actually very fortunate because your lotus feet have touched his heads. That is a great benediction. So the gopis are mentioning that. Madhuraya gira valguvakyaya buddha manogyaya pushkarekshana vidikarir ima vira muryatir adharasi dunap yaya spana. All right, next name, everybody say Pushkara Ikshana. O lotus-eyed one. So Krishna's eyes are also lotus. Your sweet voice and charming words, which attract the minds of the intelligent, are bewildering us more and more. So, hereon, where can I read Krishna's words? Oh, Bhagavad Gita. Very good. Now the next name. Everybody say Veera. Our dear hero. Please revive your maidservants with the nectar of your lips. Elsewhere, before this, there was a chapter where the gopis are discussing with Mother Yashoda, and they're describing the power of Krishna's flute. How just by Krishna's flute, so many things become attracted. Even so-called inanimate objects get attracted by Krishna's flute. Even the animals, the deer, even everything is attracted by Krishna's flute. So the gopis sometimes get envious of Krishna's flute. First of all, what gender is Krishna's flute? It has a gender. What's the gender? Nobody knows? No. Krishna's flutes are male. Yes, I'm not making this up, because there's this one statement by the gopis saying, Krishna, you give the nectar of your lips to the flute, and he's a male. What about us? Yes. They're envious of the flute because they think, wait, Krishna's lips, they belong to us. And Krishna's giving it to his flute. So, they want the nectar from Krishna's lips. So I have a question. We can also get the nectar from Krishna's flute easily. How? What's that? Nope. Something we're going to do at the end. Prasad. No, Lord Chaitanya pointed out. He told his disciples. He gave them some Mahaprasad. And Lord Chaitanya said, now what do you notice about this Mahaprasad? And they said, oh, this tastes so good. And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, but you've already eaten, I think it was yogurt and sugar. So how come this tastes extraordinary? And Lord Chaitanya says, because prasad contains Krishna's saliva. That's prasad. That's the secret ingredient. So, everyone gets the nectar of Krishna's lips if Krishna accepts your offering and you take those remnants. And the other day, my god brother was explaining something that actually, what's very, very important? Tulsi. If the tulsi leaf is there, you know your offering will be accepted. Tulsi Maharani ki. Here comes the famous verse, my favorite of all these. Tava katamritang tapda jivanang kavibir iditang kalmashapahang. Everybody knows. Sravana mangalam Srimad atatang Bhuvi grinanti Ye burida jana. Of course, this verse appears during the Chaitanya Ratayatra Leela. This was the verse that awoke Lord Chaitanya, and he embraced who? Who did he embrace? Yes, the king, Prataparudra. He was told by Sarvabhauma, when Lord Chaitanya takes rest in the garden, he's going to be in half internal, half external. You go there, but don't go dressed as king. Go as simple Vaishnava. Simple. No this king stuff. Simple. Dhoti, wrapper. And you chant this Gopee Geeta. And when he came to this verse, Lord Chaitanya embraced him and said, "You are most munificent." So this verse, when I hear this verse, I think of the ISKCON founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. Who's suffering in this material world? Oh, some aren't. I know I am. We know we are. Just wait till you get old. You'll know what suffering is. Or ladies, the husbands, if they ever had to have children. Right? It's not a walk in the park, is it? No. No. Or if you ever had a kidney stone. I was told that's worse. I've had kidney stones, and she can tell you, I was screaming like a banshee. Yes. Don't get kidney stones. Watch your diet. That was when I was doing Namahat programs, sometimes 3 in a day. And so I was eating and eating and eating and eating, and I was 800 pounds. It's called hyperbole. Do you know how to preach? Hello. These narrations, transmitted by learned sages, eradicate one's sinful reactions. So that's the benefit of coming to these programs. Just by hearing this message, your sinful reactions are eradicated. You can thank me later. It's all right. And bestows good fortune upon whoever hears them. So the program itself is Ashirvad. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. That's why Lord Kapila says the same thing. Virya. These narrations are powerful, very powerful. Certainly those who spread the message of Godhead are most munificent. That's why I said it reminds me of Prabhupada. Prabhupada left India, came to America, and started this. Here we are, all because of Prabhupada. Prahasitang priya prema vikshanang Vihranang chate dhyana mangalam Rahasi sangvido yahridi sprisha Kuhakano mana shobhayantihi. Your smiles, your sweet loving glances, the intimate pastimes and confidential talks we enjoyed with you, all these are auspicious to meditate upon, and they touch our hearts. But at the same time, everybody say, Kuhaka, O cheater, O deceiver. They very much agitate our minds. So, mixed emotions here. They're surrendering to Him, they're glorifying Him, and then every once in a while, oh cheater, oh deceiver. Yeah, because there's a little bit of resentment from what happened previously when He disappeared. So there's a little bit. Chalasiyad vrajach charayan pashun nalana sundarang napate padam shilatranan kurai sidatitina kalitantang mana kanta gachati. Everybody say, Natha, O Master. Kanta, dear lover. So that's twice now they've used that. When you leave the cowherder village to herd the cows, our minds are disturbed with the thought that your feet, more beautiful than the lotus, will be pricked by the spiked husks of grain and the rough grass and plants. So here they're showing their great concern and love for Krishna. Dinaparikshaye Nilakuntalayar Vanahuhananang Bridbrad Avritam Ganarajas Balang Darshayan Muhur Manasina Smarang Vira Yachhasi. At the end of the day, you repeatedly show us your lotus face, covered with dark blue locks. Oh, dark blue locks of hair. You said the details. Yes. So now we are getting detailed information about God. Not red hair, not orange hair. Now sometimes I see girls with green hair. Krishna's hair, bluish. With what? Tinge of red. That's in Damodarashtaka. We get that fine detail. Tinged with red. Thickly powdered with dust, because after breakfast, Krishna goes to the pasturing grounds with the cowherd boys, and there's some interactions with the gopis because they're making arrangements for the late night rendezvous. So there's messages and pss, 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 all kinds of intrigue going on. So at the end of the day, there's this, I think it's called a parapet, a big tower, and there's a lookout post. So at the end of the day, Nanda Maharaj goes and he's looking, and then he sees Krishna and Balaram finally coming with all the cowherd boys and cows. And when Krishna actually enters Vrindavan, the gopis are there waiting, and they see that his hair is powdered with dust because he's been herding the cows. Cows are not neat, right? The dust, and it's Vrindavan. Pranatakamadang Padmajarchitang Dharani Mandanang Jayam Apadi charana pankajang shantamang chate ramanana stanesh vaparyadihan. Your lotus feet, which are worshipped by Lord Brahma, fulfill the desires of all those who bow down to them. So, who is going to bow down to Krishna now after hearing this? Yes. Yes. And I've seen people, when it says bow down, you're actually supposed to bow down. Not one of these things. I see that there's one temple I go to. Hardly anybody actually goes down. And some people do some weird thing, I don't know. But Prabhupada taught us, you go down. The head should touch the floor as a sign of surrender. Your lotus feet, which are worshipped by Lord Brahma, fulfill the desires of all those who bow down to them. Your feet are the ornament of the earth, and they give the highest satisfaction. And in times of danger, they are the appropriate object of meditation. Again, Bhajahure mana Srinandanandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Now the next name, everybody say Ramana, O lover. So Radha Ramana, lover of Radha is who? Krishna. Yes. So actually the deities there are Radha, Radharaman, if you want to include both. If you just say Radharaman, then you're just signifying Krishna. But if you say Radha, Radharaman, then you get both. So they're the old lover. Then another name, everybody say Adihan, O destroyer of anxiety and mental distress. These names of Krishna we learned from Lord Chaitanya. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti. All the potencies of Krishna are there in his names. And we're getting so many names, confidential names, from the gopis. Surata Vardhanang Shokanashanang Surata Venuna Sushtuchumbitam Itara Raga Vismaranang Nrinang Vitara Viranas Te Adaramritam. O hero, kindly distribute to us the nectar of your lips, which enhances conjugal pleasure and vanquishes grief. That nectar is thoroughly relished by your vibrating flute and makes people forget any other attachment. So, I've mentioned this several times over the years, that there's something we do every day which is, shall we say, the way to get to the point of hearing Krishna's flute. What do we do every day that is gradually purifying us, and one day we will hear Krishna's flute? Chanting what? The Hare Krishna Mahamantra, everybody. So sometimes people will come up to me or they'll say, Prabhu, you know, I've been chanting Hare Krishna now for 30 years. How much longer do I have to chant? And my response is, have you heard Krishna's flute? It's not on Amazon.com. You can't buy it. It's not a CD. Until you hear the sound of Krishna's flute, keep on chanting. Keep on chanting. Atati yad bhavan annikananang Truti yugayate Tvam apashyatam Kutila kundalang Sri mukang chate Jada udikshatang Pakshmakrid drisham. And when you go off to the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second, actually the word is truti. And what's a truti? 1/1700th of a second. Becomes like a millennium for us gopis because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with its adornment of curly locks. So not only does Krishna have bluish hair, but curly. Our pleasure is hindered by our eyelids, which were fashioned by some foolish creator. Who are the gopis blaspheming? Yes. I guess they're pretty fearless. Yes, they're blaspheming Lord Brahma, calling him a foolish creator. Wow. Pati sutanvaya bratri bandavan atipilangyate antyachutagata gati vidastavod geeta mohita kitavayoshita kastyajan nishi. Next name, everybody say Achyuta. All right, kids, what does Achyuta mean? What does Achyuta mean? Yes? Infallible. Good boy. So next time, now you know the answer, right? What does Achyuta mean? Infallible. What does infallible mean? Got to know what the words mean. What does infallible mean, kids? No mistakes. Doesn't fall down into maya or illusion. You know very well why we have come here. Who but everybody say Kitava. A cheater like you would abandon young women who come to see him in the middle of the night, enchanted by the loud song of your flute. Just to see you, we have completely rejected our husbands, children, ancestors, brothers, and other relatives. Yes, from the social Vedic point of view, what the gopis did was improper. But the gopis know, seemingly, externally, it may be improper, but it's the most proper, because all living entities, whether you be man or woman, is Krishna's eternal servant. And it was mentioned, how was it that Krishna could dance with all the gopis in the beginning? Is explained. Krishna was already there in the gopis' hearts. He just decided to come out. Krishna's in your heart too. Yes, he's there, but you can't see him. So, for the gopis, he just said, okay. He came out, but not as four-handed Narayan, right? Is Super Soul two-handed or four-handed? Hiran? Is sorry, what? Yes. I remember years ago at one of Kundan's programs, I asked that question. Everybody thought Super Soul had two arms. And I said, what? No, Super Soul is four-handed. Vishnu. Our minds are repeatedly bewildered as we think of the intimate conversations we had with you in secret. We feel the rise of lust in our hearts and remember your smiling face, your loving glances, and your broad chest, which is the resting place of the goddess of fortune. Where is that? What is that? How is the goddess of fortune? Huh? Srivatsa, Krishna's chest. Thus we experience the most severe hankering for you. We didn't chant that verse. Let's do it. Rahasi sang vidang, Rich chayodayang, Prahasitananang, Prema vikshanam, Brihad ura sriyo, Vikshadamate, Muhu ati spriha, Muhyate mana. All right. Now we do another one. Vrajavanau kasang, Vyaktir angate, Vrijanahantialang, Vishvamangalam, Tyajamanak chanas, Twat sprihatmanang, Swajanahrid rujang, Yan nishudanam. O beloved, O dear one, Anga, your all auspicious appearance vanquishes the distress of those living in Vraja's forests. Our minds long for your association. Please give to us just a bit of that medicine which counteracts the disease in your devotees' hearts. So that medicine, Amrita, the medicine of, you can say, Krishna's words, Krishna's glands, Krishna's, of course, the gopis want Krishna's lips. Final verse, we did it. Yatte sujata charanang budohang staneshu bita shanai priya dadhi mahi karkasheshu tenatavim attasitad vyapate nuking swit kupadibir brahmatidir babad ayushangna. O dearly beloved Priya, O dear one, your lotus feet are so soft that we place them gently on our breasts, fearing that your feet will be hurt. Our life rests only in you. Our minds, therefore, are filled with anxiety that your tender feet might be wounded by pebbles as you roam about on the forest path. Sri Krishna Rasa Leela Ki. Okay, so